Are you ready for an all-new Minecraft minigame experience? An event where you and your teammates strategize, combat, and mine your way to victory? Well, prepare yourselves and assemble your team, for I have been putting together a whole new Minecraft challenge. Introducing the Tournament of Below Casuals. Welcome competitors and viewers to the BC Tourney. Today I will be showcasing this event and, more importantly, telling you how you can be a part of it. You and 3 other teammates will be matched against 7 other teams to face off in a set of unique Minecraft minigames involving combat, survival, and various other Minecraft survival skills. The winners will have the privilege of telling everyone how they came out on top of the BCT. Before I dive deeper on the mechanics of the event, let's get something very important out of the way. How can you participate? Well, it's pretty easy, but you must act fast. Firstly, ensure that you meet the requirements of participation that are listed on the screen right now. If you meet all of these, then your next step is to make your way to the description down below and fill out an application. If you have some friends you want to form a team with, then you can fill out the section of the application that allows you to request friends. Note that any friends you request will also need to fill out an application. So what are you waiting for? We already have half of the 32 player slots filled, and time is limited, so go apply right after this video. Going back to teams, you may be wondering how teams are selected. Once the event gets closer, participants can begin to discuss amongst themselves and form teams of 4. Based on what everyone chooses, I'll eventually put these teams together in time for the event. Let's get into the event format now. I definitely got some inspiration for the BCT from the Minecraft Championship, so if you're familiar with that, then the event format shouldn't be too much of a foreign concept to you. Out of the mini-games available, 8 of them will be picked and played for the event. After each game is played, the team who is currently in last place in terms of points will be able to choose the next game to be played. Since everyone starts out with 0 points, the first game will be randomly selected. After the 8th game is played, the finale game will be played, where the top 2 teams will duel for the victory. To keep track of how well each team is performing, the BCT uses a point system. Each minigame provides a few ways to earn points, and ranking is, of course, based off of the amount of points each team has. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at each of these minigames. There are currently 8 games on the roster, and I have many more ideas waiting to come to future events. First up, there are Sailboat Sliders. This game takes the idea of ice building and throws it into a chaotic combat minigame. The goal is as simple as being the last man standing to win the round for your team. The driver should focus on dodging anything that could potentially hit their boat, while the passenger should focus on using the items that spawn to play offensively. The best way to eliminate players? Destroying their boat, of course. But why, you might be wondering? Well, I haven't mentioned this yet, but the only way that ice exists is through each boat generating a small square of ice around it. And if the ice melts, there's no boat and no solid ground to stand on. I'm sure you're all familiar with the survival games, a true classic of Minecraft minigames. Well, Labyrinth in survival games takes that and scrambles it into a complex labyrinth. You and your teammates will start in an isolated section on the outside of the map and work your way in. Be sure to stop at any of the chests and collect the loot available to you. You'll quickly realize that you're going to need it upon encountering an opponent. Eliminating other players will gain your team points, and the last team standing will earn themselves a nice shiny 200 points. I'm sure most Minecraft players know about the classic minigame The Walls. Well, take that and mix it with Minecraft Taskmasters, and you've got yourself Tasks to Tower, or Triple T for short. There are 2 parts to the Triple T map, the world and the arena. You'll want to go to the world side of the map to gather resources and complete tasks. Completing these tasks will grant you credits, which can be spent in the Triple T shop. Make sure to take advantage of the resources here, as you'll need them to build a defense to your core. Once the walls drop, it's a free-for-all for anyone to come and destroy your core, which is enough to have your team eliminated. Mothership is a game of defense and offense. The defense team will have a special player known as their beacon, which they must protect at all costs. If they are killed, then it's game over for the defense. The offense's job is, of course, to destroy the beacon. They must be careful though, as the defense team can still attack them. Dungeon Hunters is a team-focused game that takes the classic monster moves and turns it into a race to loot as fast as you can. Your team must escape the dungeon by placing torches on all sides of every spawner within the dungeon. But don't stop there. If you want to come out on top of this game, make sure you gather loot from the chests around the dungeon. The more valuable the loot, the more credits you'll be given. Just do this as fast as possible, as you do lose credits the more time you spend in the dungeon. And you will want these credits, as there will be a shop available between rounds in which your team can spend more credits to upgrade their gear. Freeze Burn Spleef is a play on another Minecraft classic. However, in this version, your main focus is survival. You will not be able to break any blocks, but only hit your opponents around. Blazes will spawn around the arena, slowly melting the 6 powdered snow layers away with their fireballs. The longer you can survive, the more points you'll be rewarded. Also, there's a little surprise waiting for those who survive a little too long. Turf Tussle starts players out with a special item, the paint gun. Your goal? To cover as much of the arena as possible with your team's color of paint. To make things a little more entertaining, supply drops will fall from the sky, giving you one of 3 items: the paint boots, the paint bomb launcher, and TNT to fuel the bomb launcher. Your team and you only have 3 minutes to cover as much of the arena as possible, so be quick! Also, be careful as to not fall off the map. There's a special punishment waiting for those who do. I'm sure everyone is familiar with Skywars, but I'll explain it anyway. The goal of the game is pretty simple: be the last team standing. When the game begins, players must collect loot from the chests that can be used in combat. While you can hang back at your spawning island, you will be rewarded with much better loot at the center. Teams can gain points for getting kills on opponents and being the last team standing. By the end of the 8 minigames, you may think the winner has been decided, but I can't let them win that easily. Instead, they'll face a second place team in a chaotic PvP duel. To make this final fight more unpredictable, the eliminated teams will vote on a kit for our finalists to use. These 3 intense final rounds of the event will determine the true champion of the first BCT. So are you ready for this crazy Minecraft experience? If so, here's how you can sign up. First of all, make sure you meet all the requirements to apply. You'll of course need a PC capable of running Minecraft Java Edition, an internet connection, along with a legitimately obtained copy of Minecraft Java Edition. You'll also need to be at least 13 years old, and have a Discord account. In terms of availability, you must be available on the day and time of the event, for around 3 hours. The first event will be held on Friday, May 9th, 2025 at 7:00 PM Eastern Standard Time. This event is just for fun, so don't worry about your skill level. We're all here to have a good time and there's no prizes given out. Well, what are you waiting for? You have an opportunity to be in this event, but I already have half of the player slots filled, so sign up while you can. The application will be open until Saturday, May 5th, 2025, so go fill it out right now and go down in history of this epic tourney. If you have any friends that you think would be interested, share this video with them as well. Remember, you can sign up with friends to form a team with them. Even if you don't get into the first event, there's still a chance your application will be considered for a future event. You may also be called in as backup in case someone drops out or is unable to make it, so don't hesitate to sign up. I don't know about you, but I sure am excited for event day. This project has been in the works for a little while now, and I can't wait to share it with you. I'll bug you one more time about it. Sign up if you meet the requirements. The more applicants I have, the better. If you aren't able to apply, don't worry. I, along with some of the other participants, plan on streaming our POVs of the event, so you can still enjoy the event. Anyways, I'll see you all on event day. God bless.